Man, it's cold out there. Hey, this is Raycito. Hey, I just came in. It's cold as hell. It's winter. Christmas, the day after Christmas. And, shit, I just came from outside. But somebody asked me, they hit me up and they asked me to give them a couple of tips on how to rap better. As you know, I used to be a voice coach for rappers back in the day. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips. If you are in the rap, might want to write down a couple of things. Tip number one is you don't want to blindly convince yourself that you are a hit maker before you a hit maker. What makes a hit to a lot of folks who are actually in the music industry, or the people who are actually responsible for breaking you out there or playing you on radio or whatever, at least back in the day before they had the internet, was really something natural. I call it the it in the hit. And what that meant is, there was something that caught my attention, something that was making some girl naturally react to your music, and she would just bobbing her head and rewinding and saying, that's my shit. I like that. I keep hearing that, or that's my song. Or I would hear, some dude just all into it. I was focusing more on the reaction to the music than what you said. That's what they mean by a catchy hook. Something that got you, that hooks you and got you just humming it all day. A&R directors and people like that actually used to feel like, unless I can go in my car and just keep playing this song over and over again, it's nothing special about the song. What they wanted was that specialness about that song. So how do you judge objectively whether or not your song is really catchy? Well, what you can do is take 3 or 4 or 5 different songs and let people hear them. Songs that aren't yours, let them hear them. Hear 4 or 5 different songs, and secretly place your song in the middle of that mix of other songs, and see whether or not they naturally focus on yours. And if they do, then you might have something that's catchy. Or sometimes you might have a piece of a song that you can build on that's real catchy. I remember helping this one dude who actually did have a hit out here in Atlanta. I helped him because he's like, man, I got all these songs or whatever. And he was letting me preview all these different songs. And I said, hold on, go back to cut number 3. I said, this is your hit. He said, what do you mean? He said, but I like this one. I like number 2. I like number 3. I said, yeah, but you understand something. You are the mouth. Music directors, club DJs, and right now I think it's even club DJs and strip clubs that seem to be breaking a lot of songs, but they are the ear. So they have a trained ear as to what really makes people react. And they got to replace your song, or replace some other song with your song. So it's got to be credible enough to actually catch a lot of people's attention. So think about 4 or 5 different solid songs out there that everybody's playing, they're popular, and then ask yourself, is my song good enough for this DJ in this club to replace one of those top songs with my song? Record them back to back, all those songs that are hitting, and then put yours in the mix and see whether or not it'll carry its weight. A lot of times people will say, no, this is some bullshit. The energy level drops, and you can make up all kind of apologies forever, but listen very closely to how people, to people's honest feedback. That's what you need more than anything if you want to grow. The second tip I have is a lot of rappers out there typically don't have a defined audience on who they're talking to. I hear a lot of rappers when they get on the microphone, they basically rap as if they're rapping to an auditorium of folks, or they're rapping to a crowd of folks. But that's not the way that people actually listen to music. People listen in 1s and 2s. I learned this when I was in radio. You don't talk to people in a general way. You talk to them in a one-on-one personal way, as if they're your homeboy. If it's a girl, you want to talk to them as if it's your girlfriend or whatever. and you talk to them, you know, like they there with you. And when they feel like they're right there with you, and you keep using that one-on-one language, and you talk to them like, you know, it's just me and you here, they pick up on that conversation. And they feel like they're a part of it. They connect to it. But you will hear a lot of rappers say, hey y'all, hey this, hey everybody, or whatever, like they just attention seekers. And they miss the key point of connecting with people. The third point is how you can get locked into a style. I hear a lot of rappers talk about my style. That's crazy. You don't have a style, first of all. Stop that shit. That's going to imprison you and fuck you up big time. When I used to coach rappers, I used to tell them all the time, what you want to do is actually jailbreak yourself from your style. So what does that mean? That means that you might want to go back and listen to Ella Fitzgerald and other folks. Pull them up on YouTube and hear them do what's called scatting, where they're going skitty whatever the fuck it is. What you want to do is just really figure out different patterns and creative patterns that you can use to, you know, figure out the flow in your music, so you're not handcuffed to words. So you divorce yourself of words temporarily so that you can kind of get a feel for, you know, how that song is going to flow, and then throw the words in later on once you get a good flow. And it helps a lot. Trust me when I tell you that it makes you feel a lot more freer. And, you know, when you compare side by side, I guess, Ella Fitzgerald and a Lil Wayne or somebody else, it doesn't have anything to do with the words that they're saying. It's their flow, their ability to take a pattern and just break it and not really become predictable. When you become predictable, you become boring. And the moment somebody else already somebody already can predict what you're about to do before you do it, they tune out. It's like bullshit, and they tune out right away. What you want to do is keep them guessing, so they don't know what the hell's about to happen next. I don't know if this is all clear, but I'm just going off the top of my mind right now from lessons I've given different rappers over the years, but they always come back and ask for more. Hopefully this helps. I'm Raymond Raycito Griffin, one of the original West Coast underground hip-hop niggas from behind the scenes, from KUCR in Riverside back in the day. Hopefully that helped, bro.